Hello, my name is Rylan Broadwell. I work here at the Ithaca Guitar Works. I'm a part owner. It's a family business. My father purchased it back in 1981, but it's been in the area since 1969. It was originally started by a fellow by the name of John Ellis, and then a fellow by the name of Paul Meisenzahl purchased it from him in '73, but my father's been the longest term owner. He actually owned it with a fellow by the name of Eric Aceto, who builds instruments in the area now, and he sold his half of the business back in 1969. But we've been providing stringed instruments for local musicians worldwide for a long time, and we're going to pride ourselves in our ability to really try to help people find what they need, what they're looking for, find their sound, their tone. We have new, used, and vintage guitars, and I always like to say used and vintage because those are two definitely different categories. More affordable stuff from beginner level things to kind of end of the rainbow items, collector items as well. And we stock a variety of accessories, strings, picks, straps, cables, gig bags, cases, anything you really need, including a variety of effects pedals as well, new and used as well with that, and even some vintage. But yeah, we've been just trying to really help folks, to every degree that we can. We really want to make sure people are happy with what they get, and that they're going to be happy for a long time. And we've got a full service repair shop. We guarantee a lot of our instruments, and we try to do a lot of setup work on them. Everything that comes in, we set it up right away. And then what that implies is usually what they call factory specification. And factory specification is a one size fits all, and as we know, one size doesn't fit all. So we also provide 3 months of free setup work after you purchase an instrument at our store, because we really want to make sure you're happy with it, and we'll set it up to any specific setup that you need, whether it be an alternate tuning or a different string gauge, and that goes for any of our instruments. The whole goal is to just make sure that people are really happy with what they get, whether or not they're a beginner or a professional or somewhere kind of in the middle of the road or just a hobbyist. And really the goal is to make people happy. That's music is something that should make people happy, and sometimes it can be kind of tough, but we try to provide everything that we have, and ultimately we have ukuleles, banjos, mandolins, guitars, basses, and a variety of kind of more unique stringed instruments. We cater to folk artists, rock and roll artists, pretty much anything under the sun. We even have a large emerging kind of noise music scene in our local area, and they tend to use a lot of effects pedals, and they're very, very kind of, I admire the style. It might not be my cup of tea, but I just love that they're getting into it, and that's a big thing. In the musical world, you have to kind of respect talent and respect the sort of the range of different sounds, and being in a guitar store, we have to be open to every style that there is and be willing to kind of adjust our thinking to what other people want, just to make sure that we're on the same page and we're making everybody happy.